Governor Rick Scott of Florida has signed the so-called All-American Flagged Act in Florida. And basically what it does is it ensures that any flag that's being flown in the state has to be made in America. So beginning January 1st, all U.S. or state flags bought by the state, county, or city agencies are to be made in the United States. Now, this came about after a student in the state realized that many of the flags being flown were actually made in China, and he was outraged by this. And he's like, come on, man, if we're going to fly American flags, they have to be made in America. And Rick Scott got behind this measure and said, you know what? That's absolutely right, okay? We are going to go ahead and pass this law. I'm going to sign it, and that's that. But it's incredible to me because this is largely symbolic. What about all the American jobs that are currently being shipped away to China? That's a little bit of an issue, too.
Yeah. So on this one, I get a little jingoistic. So this is interesting, right? I'm always amused at the guys who are the most virulently like, oh, America, 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 Team America. Like Donald Trump, we found out his clothes were made in China, Mexico, and stuff. They're sending in the criminals, the rapists, the Trump suits. Trump ties. They're sending all those things in. So, yeah, you can't be a hypocrite like that. But, yeah, our flags should be made in America, right? And I'm not it's not like some, weird pro-union stance or, I just think, dude, you got to make your own flags. It's just common sense.
I get it, but it would be nice if a lot of things were made and manufactured in America, but they're not because these jobs are being shipped off to other countries, which, by the way, helps other countries in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm both a humanist and a brutal capitalist at the same time, where I think, well, the jobs are going to where, there's lower wages, and that's logical, but then that helps build up the middle class in China eventually, and then they go to Vietnam. That eventually helps to grow the middle class in Vietnam, and I understand the logic behind all that, and if you're running a company and it costs so much less to make it in China or Vietnam than it does here, you're going to be like, well, I'll take your opinion under advisement on where I should make them. But if you're making American flags, I think it's fair for the American government demand that they be made in America. That's a different kind of product.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm being hey, out in America, yeah, on my own here on this. But I'm going to stick with it. American flags need to be made here right in the good old U.S. of A.
I don't know. Maybe this makes me a bad person. Things are things, right? So the American...
What a bad person!
The American flag is the same as the iPhone for me. I know. Oh, I hope I never run for president because that'll be played on a loop over and over again. But I feel like not anything, but the majority of things that we consume, that we use, should be made in the United States. Not only because I want to keep jobs in the United States, but it's just the right thing to do. Why should we differentiate between the American flag and something like an iPhone that we use every single day? See what I'm saying? I get it. There's the patriotic component of it, but I don't really care about that.
You know what you sound like to me? You sound like one of them heathens.
I guess so.
All right, you want to be over there with China and Iran, go ahead, but I'm going to stay here right here in America, okay?
So let me get it straight. So, Cenk, you think it's fine, we should at least make American flags in America?
I do.
Okay, so because I agree, by the way. Because every time we see it and we see an American flag on 4th of July, you check the back, it says made in China, and it's kind of embarrassing.
It's almost like... No, it's embarrassing. It's almost like it's a big middle finger to us. Like, we even make your flags, dickheads.
Exactly. Yeah.
You love that word, dickhead, don't you? You use it quite a bit today.
It works. No, it works well. But like I said, so I agree. But if you want it to happen, a smart way to approach it, if you're a governor or if you're trying to figure ways, give an incentive for us to do it here. I don't know what that may be, but the reason things get shipped off or things happen differently, maybe they do it for this bare bones nothing price that no one else will do it for here. But you can't just do it on, I'm going to tell you how to do it. Give people a reason to want to do it here, and then there'll be some pride behind the flag rather than just empty pride going, I'm waving an American flag that I don't give a shit about what we believe in here. Because then we become a joke.
Isn't it also funny that Rick Scott, Mr. Patriotic, didn't think to do this on his own? As the governor of Florida, he had to wait for, a teen in his late not a teen, but a student in his late teens, early 20s to come forward and say, this is what I want, let's do it. And it took years for it to happen, by the way.
Right. Good thought that JR triggered was that, it's Rick Scott. There's no way he didn't do this to give a contract to one of his donors. That American flag assembly thing, whoever, there's no way that's not going to a donor. okay? Some connected dude who's given to the Republican Party or Rick Scott directly is getting that contract. 2 twos, mark my words. Okay, so that's probably what this whole story's about. That's what I get.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
That's what I get for being an ignorant hillbilly.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you get.
Okay, I kind of want to do this on myself.